What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Cantina Talk. So in today's video, we are going to be going over everything that we should be expecting for episode 6 of the Acolyte. Some of this was previously mentioned in my episode 5 video, but we didn't get to see those points come to light in last week's episode, so they'll be brought up here again, but updated, as well as new information being brought in. This isn't going to be a rehashing of that video, however. Quickly though, before we continue, I would just like to ask that you like and subscribe. We are quickly approaching 6,500 subscribers, and my goal is to hit that by July 26th. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So, we know with the ending from episode 5 that Osha is going to be with Qimir, and Mae is going to be the one with Soul on a ship while wearing Osha's clothes after she cuts her hair perfectly with a lightsaber. From the trailer footage that is remaining, I'm going to go ahead and play that all for you now, and then we'll dive right into it.
I sensed.
We have a suspect, an old...
That you will not win.
I didn't do it!
If you want.
JJ is just a cool...
JJ knows how to switch from being...
So starting, we get the shot of Soul looking upset right before he runs to the cockpit and sees a ship departing his and heading towards a planet. Now, if I had to guess, this is after Soul had spilled the beans to Mae, who he thought was Osha, and Mae made Soul aware that she was the other twin. I'm not too sure exactly how this scene will go down, but based on the look on Soul's face and the chase that we know is coming, more on that in a bit, it is clear that Soul had just laid out everything on the table for her here. Following this, Soul will detach a ship from the cockpit and pursue Mae as she heads up to the planet with the rings before the space chase. We can tell that this is the same scene and planet based off of the one on the left here that is also in the following shot. We will then make our way following Mae through the planet's rings as Soul is in pursuit of her. Now, I don't think he is trying to kill her here by any means, but he is trying to catch up with her and reason with her. Something will happen that will cause Soul to crash into Mae's ship, and we can tell that this is her based off of the next shot of Mae lifting up her arm to flick some switches on the ship, most likely the stabilizers. We will then see Mae's ship go tumbling through the rings as she recovers and heads towards the planet, and this is all we have of Soul and Mae for now. But we are going to move on to the second part of the video, and that is going to be going over Osha and Qimir. So the next shot is of Osha walking towards this beach area that is followed up by her stumbling upon Qimir's saber, along with some clothes as she picks the saber up. Now, I'm not entirely too sure what the scene is going to entail, but it's going to be something along the lines of Qimir trying to twist Osha into becoming his acolyte, which I honestly think could happen. Qimir will end up telling Osha everything that he knows about the events of Brendok, and it might just be enough to turn her to his side for the time being. If you're interested in knowing what will happen in next week's episode and the Kalnaka fight on Brendok, look to the top right of your screen now to watch that video. However, I think that this show is going to leave off on a cliffhanger since Season 2 was just confirmed, and that cliffhanger will without a doubt be leaving us off with who Qimir's master is, as well as Osha probably becoming a full-blown acolyte. And that will lead us right into Season 2, where Qimir will be trying to overthrow his master. That is essentially the entire use of an acolyte to begin with. If you have read the Legends of Plagueis book, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. With that, we have these two behind-the-scenes shots of Soul with the saber ignited in this ruins-type area. I think that this is going to be where he confronts Mae, and we don't have any trailer footage of him after this, besides the flashbacks of the events of Brendok. So this might be where Soul bites the bullet. I don't know, and I'm very interested to see what will happen. And finally, we have these last two shots of Venestra stumbling upon these bodies, and the second one being her with her Padawan while she ignites her lightsaber whip and kills one of the bugs from episode 4 and 5. And with that, I don't think she's going to be able to find Soul or get in any contact with him, so she won't know what to do with these bodies or how to report it, unless she's going to cover them up. Throughout this entire show, Venestra has been kind of sketchy, along with Soul, so we don't really know what her motive is, and she could easily cover these up. But that is all I have for you all. I am extremely excited for tonight's episode to learn more about what truly happened with Soul, as well as Qimir's backstory and everything with him and Osha. I would love to hear from you all in the comments down below on what you think of this. Joe from Jar Jar Jargon, and I will be going live tonight for Cantina Jargon before episode 6 releases, and I'll also be having an episode 6 watch party, so make sure you like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss those streams. Without further ado, I will see you all in the next one, and lastly, may the Force be with you all.